Hello everyone, welcome to the session Programming for the Problem Solving. Myself Navya, I'm an assistant professor from the Department of CSIT in MLR Institutions of Technology. In today's sessions, we are going to see what the operators part 3, as the last two sessions are on operators, and this was the last session of operators along with the executable statements. Coming to overview of this session, in today's sessions, we are going to see the remaining operators, which are ternary operators, special operators, and the executable statements. In the executable statements, what are the input statements and what are the output statements that are to be used in C language. Coming to the ternary operators, an operator which consists of three operands, an operator which uses three operands, then the operator is said to be ternary operator. Here we are using ternary operator in order to solve an expression. So, like a simple statements, it is a C construct, as well as we will call this expression, this operator, as conditional operator also. So this is used to solve as conditional expressions. We are calling this as conditional operator. So this is the symbol of ternary operator. So the syntax of this particular operator is expression 1 question mark, expression 2 colon, expression 3. What does this means? In order to solve this expressions, if this expression is true, then this expression will be executed. If this expression is false, this expression will be executed. So you can save in a resultant variable 2. So resultant variable equals to expression 1, expression 2, expression 3. If the expression 1 is true, then it will go with the expression 2. If the expression 1 is false, then it will go to the expression 3. So whatever if it is true, the expression 2 will be saved in the variable, and if the expression is false, it will save expression 3 in the variable. Let us go with a small example. So I want to find greatest of two numbers. So what all I need? So first is a linking section. So you are reading two values, which is A and B. And then we will use a ternary operator, C equals to A greater than B. So if this expression is true, you will get A as a C value, or if the expression is false, B as a C value. I am just printing the C value here. C equals to percentile D, comma C. So when I execute this, so it was asking for two values. I have to give the two values. I am giving first A value is 3 and B value is some 2. A value is 3 and B value is 2 here. So when I go with enter, so C value is 3. So the greatest of 3 and 2 is 3. So the C value has been, the expression 2 has been saved in C. And when it's coming to, if I'm going with A value is 5 and B value is 6. So the C value is C. So which is the greatest value that was saved in C. So this is how we will use the ternary operator in C language. So it is used to solve a small expression. So if the expression is true, then A value will be saved in C. If the expression is false, B value will be saved in C. So this is how we use the ternary operator. And coming to the some of special operators in C. So C supports some special operators such as comma operators. We are using comma operators here in the scanf statement and in printf statements in order to separate the formatted string with this. So we will use these operators. And equals to operators like x equals to equals to operators. Here equals to operators such as it is used to assign the value. If you want to assign some value, you have to use the equals to. So here when you use a equals to 5, for example, the 5 value will be saved in a, not the reverse. The next operator is size of operator. Size of operator is used to find the size of a variable. For example, if I am taking the same example, for example, if I am going with, we will use the memory. We can say the memory size. If I am finding the size of a, no need of this expression. See, the size of a is 4 bytes. So as it is an integer value, it will go with a 4 bytes. For example, if it was a float, so it was also 4 bytes. It was double, for example, double or long int. Okay, we'll go with a double. If it was a double, see how many bytes it was? 8 bytes. So it was the storage of that particular variable is 8 bytes. So this is how the size of operator will work. And the next operator is address operator. In order to find the address of a variable, we are going to use the address operator here. Pointer variable, pointer operator, which is asterisk. So we will use star for the multiplication of two numbers as well as pointer operator also. Pointer operators will come with the unary operators like only with star a. So when it comes to a into b, the star will act as a multiplication operator. In order to multiply any two numbers, we are using star. But here when it comes to only with one variable, it acts as a pointer variable. So pointer variable is used to store the address of another variable. Okay, and dot and arrow operator. Dot and arrow operators are also said to be member operators, which is used in order to access any values within the structure. Later on we'll get the topics and concepts of this. So this is called as member operator. In order to access any variable and the structure, we are going to use this operators. These are some of the special operators we are going to use in the C. So till here the operators concept has been completed, and the next topic is executable statements in C. So how you are going to have the executable statements? So mainly in every statement we are going to use standard input output operator. Standard input output header file. So stdio.h. Standard input output dot header file. What standard input output consists of? So that was divided into two functions. The first one is formatted functions and second one is unformatted functions. In the format functions, you will have the input functions and output functions. Similarly, you will have the input functions in unformatted function as well as output functions in unformatted functions only. So what comes under this input functions and what comes in the output functions? So scanf is one of the function which we can say it as predefined functions, which is already available in library function stdio.h, which is used to read values. Input functions are used to read values. Read values from user. In order to use that one, we can use this. And the output function is to print something. Print to the console screen. In order to give any output, you want to print something, you will use the output functions. So in the formatted functions, we will have the scanf and printf here. In input functions, in the we will have get ch, get che, get char and get s. Whereas in the output functions, you will have put ch, put char and put s. So we will learn in this session in detail. So when it comes to the input functions, it might be the formatted or unformatted. We are going to see all these functions here. Scanf, get char, get ch, get s and fscanf. So in order, if you want the user to give input, so if you want to read a value from the keyboard, the user has to provide the input, then we are going to use these built-in functions. So let us see one by one. When it comes to the scanf function, which scanf function is used to read different values as well as multiple data values from the keyboard. So here it is already, I have said, which is this is already defined in stdio.h. So in our program, if you include #include stdio.h, we can use scanf function. So here is the syntax for the scanf function. Formatted strings, which is nothing but format specifiers. What type of variable is that? We already seen what are format specifiers in the data types. So we will use the formatted specifiers here in order to read the values, and we will use the address operator here and variable names. The scanf function is also used to read multiple data values of different or the same data types. So let us go with an example program so that I could explain everything for you. So see, let us take this int a float b. If I want to read the values of a and b, as a is integer value, we have to use %d, whereas for b, it was a float variable, so we are going to use floats. Okay, so this is how. So why we are taking address operator means almost in all the programs we are going to use the same variables like a and b. So in a memory there are n number of variables. So how to choose whatever the variables I have declared here? Whatever the variables I have declared here, is that the same variable? Am I going with the same variable? So whenever you are creating a variable here, whenever you are declaring a variable here, in the memory there will be an address, there will be a memory allocated to this particular variable. So that variable will have the separate address to it. So those addresses we have to mention here in order to read the input, so that whatever the variables you are giving through keyboard, that would be saved in this particular address. So this is how it would be. So if I am giving the value some 5 and 6.8 as a float value, so you will get the same thing, 5 and 6.8. So a equals to 5 and b equals to 6.8. So this is how the scanf statement will work. When coming to get char is used to read a single character from a keyboard. So this, I already said, it is a single character, and in order to read multiple characters you have to use looping statement. And when it comes to get ch, it is similar to get char function, but to read a single character from the keyboard, and it will return it to the program as well. And this function is used to read a single character, and in order to have multiple, we are going to use this statement. So let us see a small example program. So here this is for not for integers, this is for only characters. Instead of scanf statement, you can use get char. A equals to get char. Here the format specifier of A is percentile C, so we are going to say percentile C. So if I am giving some Y, A equals to Y. This is how we are going to take a single character using get char. Get ch also will work with the same. And the next is getters function. Getters function is used to read a line of a string, which is nothing but if you are having multiple characters together like this. If it will read like this, a single character. And sequence, you can say sequence of characters with a till a new line symbol enters. And fscanf function, it is also one of the function. So here fscanf is used in a concept of files. And this is used to read the data values from the files, not from the keyboard. From the files we are going to read the data. We are going to use the fscanf function. And in order to use fscanf function, the file must be opened in a read mode. This also we will see in a later on sessions, and this also we will see in the later on sessions. This will come under the concept of strings, and this will come under the file handling. Coming to the output functions. So output functions, in order to print something or in order to see the after completion of the calculations or some more expressions or everything, the execution statements, in order to print the output or in order to display some data on the output screen, we are going to use this output functions. So already we irrespective of formatted and unformatted things, we are going to use these four functions. The first one is printf function, putchar function, puts functions, and printf functions. So here is the statement. So printf statement, it is used to print a string or data values or a combination of everything will be printed on the console screen or displayed on the console screen or the user screen or the output screen. So this is how the task of the printf, and this is also will have in the stdio.h. In order to use a printf statement, you have to include stdio.h to the function. If you don't include stdio.h, it won't be printf can't be used in the program. So printf is a built-in function which is used which is defined in a header file called stdio.h, which I already said. So in our program, here is the syntax. You can print some message. So let us see a small example. We already seen this, right? So similarly, if I just want to print something, printf welcome to the session. So I'm just printing some message. So what did I call? Whatever I have written on the double quotation, the same as a mirror image, it was shown in the output screen. Welcome to the programming for problem solving session. So this is how the printf statement will work. And in printf statement, there are many things you have to learn, which is the second one is in order to print something on a mirror as a mirror image, you are going to use a double quotations. So if I want to display the value of a variable, some variable, we are going to use this one, the formatted screens. So if you use some hello, that would be printed as it is on the screen. If I use hello %d, if I use comma, the variable name. So whatever the variable you are going to give here, that variable value will be displayed in place of the format specifier. And for the string also, you can use %s with variable name. So we will learn this in a strings concepts. Here we are let us see this. Already we have seen in the last problem. If int a equals to 5. So in the printf statement, if I want to print some hello everyone, a equals to percentile d comma a. So when I missed the semicolon. So here see, hello everyone, a equals to percentile d. In place of percentile d, I have got the value of 5 because a value is 5. So the value, whatever the value of a is there, that value will get printed in the place of this percentile d. So here you should not use the address operator. What happens if I use the address operators? So you will get the particular address of a. Address operators are used in the scanf statement only. This is how the printf statement works, and some other options you will have. If you want to wish some special characters are called escape characters, we can use in the printf statements. Some of the escape sequences are /n. /n is used to move the cursor to the new line. If I give like this, hello everyone, a percentile d. So that had come in the same line. If I wish to have a equals to 5 in the next line, so then see, you can see the difference. In before program, I have got hello everyone, a equals to 5 in a single statement. When I use /n, the escape characters, so a value has come in the new line. So similarly, like that, you will have n number of escape sequences. So /t is used to have the horizontal tab. /v is for vertical tab. So here you will have 5 characters space here. Here 5 lines of space here. So let us see v. And if I use /t, see, I has got the space in between hello everyone and a equals to 5. Similarly, if I use v, okay, v is not working. I has got some O here. Okay, and /a for beep sound and /b for backspace. It will remove the previous characters from its current position. And // backward slashes symbol and question mark you can use for question mark symbol, and / and single quotation you can use for single quotation. / and // as if you give double quotation, it will take it for the format string. So instead, if you want to print that particular thing in the output screen, you have to use / and double quotations. So this is how some of the escape characters will work in a printf statement. Coming to the output functions. So remaining output functions which are other than printf, we are having number of functions, which is putchar function, puts function, fprintf. Puts function, putchar function, which is used to display a single character on the output screen. Here you have to pass character as an output. So similarly, if I take a character a equals to some s, okay, instead of printf, you can use putchar of a variable name. Okay. Puts function is used to display a string. So simply you can have puts function, but it is for you can have it is an array. If I go with a, sorry, PPS will get printed. So this is how the putS will work. Putchar we won't use much. Okay. The next one is fprintf statement. Fprintf is function is used in the concept of files. This will be used in the concept of strings, and this will be used in the concept of files. So here we will print the values not on the console screen, in a file, in another file. So we can print line to line into a file. So we will open a file, and there the file should be in a writing mode, and that will be printed. Whatever the file you are giving some values on the console screen, that values will be printed on a file. So this is how the output functions will work. So coming to the summary of this session, we have seen ternary operator. What is a ternary operator? Ternary operator is an operator which performs operations on 3 operands. So this is also called as conditional statement. This is a symbol of ternary operator. So what is the syntax of this? Expression 1, expression 2, expression 3. So you can save in some variable also. So if first expression is true, then this expression 2 will save in variable 1, or if expression is false, then expression 3 will be saved in variable. So this the example program we have seen here. Next comes to the special operators, which is comma, in order to separate two things in a printf statement or scanf statement, and we are using star operator as a pointer variable, address operator in order to find the address of a variable, and we are having size of operator, which is used to find size of a variable in bytes. So we can see in bytes and directly, and it is a keyword also, size of. And the next one is dot operator and arrow operators are called as member operators. In order to access the structure variables, we are going to use dot and arrow operators. So these are some of the special operators we are going to use in the C. And later on we have seen the executable statements. In executable statements was divided into 2 types: formatted strings, formatted functions and unformatted functions. In unformatted functions, and again divided into 2, which is input functions and output functions. In input functions, you will have scanf statements and getS statements, getChar, getChar function, as well as fprintf function. So these are the functions we have seen in input. And coming to the output function, similarly printf function. In printf also we have seen the escape characters and everything, and in printf also we have gone through 2 statements. And next, putS function, putchar function, and this is fscanf, this is fprintf function. So this fprintf and scanf has used in a files concept, whereas getS and putS will be seen in strings concepts. In order to read anything, we are going to use these functions. In order to print something on the console screen, we are going to use these functions. So this is what we have seen in this session. Thank you everyone.